Bonjour! Welcome to Coding in Style in 60 seconds. If you are wondering why did I start with bonjour, is that at this moment I'm in Ottawa recording this episode, and another reason is that if you noticed my bad accent in French, you might not notice my bad accent in English, which would be a great thing. Ottawa is a beautiful city with a lot of awesome buildings and everything, but of course this video is not about Ottawa, so let's get back to programming. This is episode 6 from the series of Coding in Style, and we continue to talk about comments. This time we are talking when not to comment. The previous episode we saw that you should comment only when you really need to, and now we'll see a few examples when you really need not to comment. The first example is when you use a comment to describe a variable using its name. So in this case, the variable is called name, and then you are saying in the comment that this variable is called name, which is very obvious for anybody. If the name is not clear enough, you might want to change the name of the variable. So for example, in this case, we can say name of the city, if this variable is about the name of the city. Another example is when you define a variable I, for example, and then you describe it as variable I. So it doesn't say anything much about the variable itself. And in this case, the name of the variable is very confusing, as I means nothing. So the best would be to change the name of the variable. Here is another useless example of commenting when we describe what is obvious from the code. So here I is incremented by 2, but we have no idea why. So better yet would be to explain why did we do that and we didn't increment it by 5, for example. Here the function is called searchCustomer, and we add a comment saying that this variable is searching for a customer. Obvious and useless, of course. Now, these days we have very advanced source control systems, so we don't need to add in the code what we can add in the source control. So for example, we don't need to keep the history of the code inside the code. In these funny examples, we see how somebody added a parameter, somebody removed it, somebody put it back, so all this is tracked in the comments, which is of course useless and funny at the same time. Don't try to move into the code the requirements. So here this code was written as a result of a change request, CR232-4, but this number means nothing for anybody except for the person who wrote it. So in few months from now, nobody will know what this is. If you really need to add some explanation in the code, which is a bit more difficult to understand from the code, you can add a bit of from the change request saying why did you do this code. Sometimes we remove piece of code, and because we are not sure if we still need it, we comment it and keep it like that. But of course you can do this during development, but when you are ready to commit, you should delete all the commented code. This is called don't comment junk. Of course, everybody, we all think that we are funny, but we shouldn't move this into the code trying to make jokes, because our sense of humor is not always valid for everybody else. So somebody might not understand our jokes, and this will maybe confuse them. Okay, so like in life, when you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. This is the same with the comments. If you don't have something useful to say in the comment, don't comment. Send me your comments, of course, or questions or anything else at the website adelante.ca, and thank you for watching. See you next time.